Welcome back, hockey fans, to another edition of the Preds video recap. The Nashville Predators pull off the season sweep against the New York Islanders, defeating the Islanders tonight by a score of 5-2. Before we dive into Predators-Islanders, thought I'd mention that today was the 20th anniversary of the Predators' first ever win. Everyone loves to mention Andrew Brunette scoring the first ever goal in Predators franchise history, but let's not forget J.J. Daniels scoring the first ever game-winning goal in that game against the Carolina Hurricanes. It was such a pinnacle moment for the Nashville Predators that led to the type of success that some franchises wishes they had in their first 19 years of existence. Now to Predators and Islanders. I honestly don't think the Nashville Predators could have played a better period than they did to start off the game in the first period. The Nashville Predators were able to manage the pace of play by absolutely outskating the New York Islanders. They created turnovers off their aggressive forechecking and backchecking, and of course, they were able to pad their lead to 3 before the end of the first period. You could say that one of the themes in that first period was, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. It's quite something when Ryan Johansson, twice in 1 week, in 2 different games, and both on game-winning goals, is able to set up Victor Arvidsson in the same fashion to take that one-time shot from the circle and be able to pad those leads in the first game by 2 and tonight by 3. And also, can't forget to mention Ryan Johansson's pass across to Filip Forsberg as he was able to use his quick release to his advantage to be able to pad that lead to 2 before Victor Arvidsson's 3-0 goal. Going into the second period, you had to imagine that the New York Islanders were going to come out with a strong response after getting absolutely outplayed in the first period. That's exactly what the New York Islanders did, as Brock Nelson was able to score his 100th NHL career goal, and Andrew Ladd benefiting from a lazy giveaway by Ryan Johansson to cut the lead down to 1. Not sure whether there was a miscommunication between Ryan Johansson and his teammates, or Ryan Johansson just flat out didn't realize that there was no teammates in the vicinity that he was playing the puck towards. But of all players on the Islanders to give the puck away to, Matthew Barzal definitely is going to be last on that list. That became the defining moment for the Nashville Predators going into the third period of whether they were going to show their poise and not be panicked with the situation they played themselves into, or continue to play on their heels and let the Islanders use their feet to their advantage. That defining moment was solved after the Nashville Predators finally were able to score their first power play goal of the season. It was quite the individual effort by Roman Jost to be able to intercept the pass while he had Cal Clutterbuck draped all over him, be able to deke past Steven Gionta, move the puck towards Kyle Turris, and bang, 5-hole back of the net. We have ourselves a 4-2 hockey game. And then Filip Forsberg showing his precision, able to flip the puck all the way down from the left corner board in the Predator zone into the empty net to be able to put that game right into the refrigerator. My 3 stars of the game as followed. I'm going to keep it simple. The Jofa line for me is my 3 stars of the game, and honestly, they're the 3 stars of this season series between the New York Islanders. The Jofa line absolutely dominated the New York Islanders offensively by creating an abundance of scoring chances, contributing to 5 of the 9 goals scored in the season series, and of course, fooling the Islanders twice on the same play from Johansson feeding Arvidsson right in the circle to get those 2 goals that ended up being both game-winning goals. If I had to choose one player as my first star of the game off that Jofa line, it would be Filip Forsberg. Honestly, Filip Forsberg could have had a hat-trick tonight the way he was skating and getting involved offensively, but nonetheless, he'll take those 2 goals and move his attention to the Minnesota Wild. Now, it is preview time for Predators versus the Minnesota Wild. In today's NHL, with how the first-round matchups are constructed, your record in the division can be the deciding factor of whether you make the playoffs or whether you miss the playoffs. For the Nashville Predators, it should be whether the Nashville Predators get home ice advantage in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. The Preds' season series record against the Minnesota Wild last season was 2-3, but at Bridgestone Arena, the Preds were 2-0 against the Wild last season. Both games at Bridgestone Arena were relatively low-scoring games between the Predators and the Wild, but so far in the season for the Minnesota Wild, 3 out of their 4 games, they've given up at least 4 goals in each of those. My expectation for this upcoming game is for it to be a relatively low-scoring, close game like it usually is at Bridgestone Arena, but it is interesting to note that it seems like the Wild have been having problems shutting down their oppositions of late so far to start the season. That's it for the Preds video recap. If you want more Preds coverage, go to Penalty Box Radio. You'll see all the Preds articles on the website, all the Preds podcasts, and of course, the Preds video recaps on there as well. My name is Jordan Cimini, and I will see you after Predators vs. Wild.